Intro, SCP-096 Overview. SCP-096 is a humanoid entity standing approximately 2.38 meters tall. It possesses no pigmentation, elongated limbs, and an abnormally wide jaw capable of opening 4 times the normal human limit. It spends most of its time in a docile state, sitting in the corner of its containment cell, facing the wall and crying softly. However, when any person views its face, whether directly, through a photograph, or even a single video frame, SCP-096 will enter an uncontrollable state of emotional distress. Within moments, it begins to scream, cover its face, and then run toward the individual who saw it. It does not stop. No obstacle, no distance, and no known material has ever prevented it from reaching its target. Once contact is made, SCP-096 kills the viewer instantly and violently. Afterward, it returns to its docile state, weeping once more. Containment procedures are absolute. SCP-096 must be kept in a sealed steel cube measuring 5 by 5 by 5 meters. No cameras, no visual recordings, no glass of any kind are allowed within 50 meters of the cell. Only blindfolded guards or automated systems may perform maintenance. Under no circumstance should anyone attempt to view SCP-096's face. Even a single pixel could mean death. Now let's see what happens when SCP-096 gets put on YouTube. SCP-096, Viral Exposure, Part 1, Prologue, The Breach Nobody Saw Coming. The SCP Foundation was not built to fail. It was built to endure, to bury nightmares in concrete and numbers. Every cell, every wall, every procedure existed to smother curiosity before it became catastrophe. At 2:13 a.m., Site-19 forgot that rule. A siren wailed across the subterranean corridors, echoing like a heartbeat through the steel. Red light pulsed on wet floors. Technicians shouted into headsets, their voices dissolving into static. Monitors went black, then flashed one repeating phrase: security footage corrupted, file access unauthorized. No one in the command room could have known that 3 hours earlier, a Chaos Insurgency strike team, operating under the codename Operation Looking Glass, had slipped into the Foundation's data veins. They weren't here for weapons or hostages. They wanted proof. Buried inside an encrypted archive marked Restricted Alpha was a single image file labeled SCP-096, the Shy Guy. And with that discovery, history tilted. Chapter 1. Operation Looking Glass. The insurgency bunker sat beneath a ruined textile factory, cables crawling like vines across damp concrete. 4 figures gathered around a glowing monitor. "Decryption complete," Spectre whispered. "Check some clean. It's real footage." Commander Vance removed his glove slowly, as if touching something sacred. His reflection shimmered on the monitor, a pale ghost staring back. "Then it's time," he said. "People have a right to see the monsters that rule them." "You don't understand," Spectre said, voice cracking. "This file is isolated. It isn't supposed to exist outside Foundation intranet. They quarantined it for a reason." "Exactly," Vance replied, "because fear keeps them powerful." A third operative, Juno, lit a cigarette despite the stale air. "Upload speeds throttled. You sure we can mask this from their trackers?" "Doesn't matter," Vance said. "Once it's online, the truth travels faster than they can kill it." Spectre hit upload. The progress bar began its slow, irreversible crawl. Outside, thunder rolled across an empty sky. Chapter 2. The Video Fru. The upload disguised itself as another piece of digital trash. A generic thumbnail. A clickbait title. Top 5 government secrets they don't want you to see. A robotic narrator droned over static footage of UFOs, cryptids, and grainy military clips. Then, halfway through, less than half a second, a single frame of SCP-096 appeared. Most viewers never noticed. but some paused, curious. Some rewound, enhanced, zoomed. At 7:14 a.m., the video hit 1 million views. By 9, 5 million. By noon, it had spread to every platform that valued clicks over caution. In Warsaw, a vlogger froze the frame mid-sentence and whispered, "What the hell is that?" He didn't finish the recording. In Tokyo, a gamer uploaded a slowed-down version titled "Real SCP Creature Caught on Tape." His chat went wild until the stream ended abruptly with a scream that didn't sound human. At Cambridge University, 3 archivists studying digital folklore paused the frame on a 4K monitor. All 3 were dead within minutes. The Foundation's data scrub team caught the trend around 12:30 p.m. By then, half the planet had seen the image. Chapter 3: The Awakening. In its cell, SCP-096 sat motionless. It always did, a thin, pale figure folded in on itself, weeping softly into its knees. Then it froze. The sound stopped. Sensors registered a spike in heart rate, oxygen, motion, a biological storm erupting inside a still body. Technician Reeves leaned toward the monitor. "That's not possible," he whispered. The creature raised its head, its jaw trembled, its breath rasped like broken glass. Reeves reached for the intercom. He never touched it. A scream burst through the speakers, high, distorted, alive with rage. The containment door buckled outward. Metal rivets snapped like bullets. Every camera feed in the wing went dark. The last image caught by a thermal sensor showed a humanoid blur accelerating beyond measurable speed. SCP-096 was gone, and anyone who had seen its face, anywhere in the world, was now marked for death. Chapter 4: The World Begins to Die. Foundation command rooms filled with shouting, maps lit up with red icons, civilian coordinates tied to the video's IP view logs. "We can't contain digital exposure," one researcher yelled. "It's viral." "Then shut down the net," replied another. "The net is the world," came the grim answer. At 3 p.m., O5 Command issued a planet-wide blackout order. All Foundation systems to purge online content. Every data center authorized for immediate burn. It wasn't enough. SCP-096 moved faster than aircraft, crossing mountain ranges in seconds. Its path followed the network, straight toward each viewer. In Norway, it tore through a research station. In Kenya, it appeared beside a mobile cafe where 2 teens watched the video on their phones. In Los Angeles, a streaming studio was found coated in blood and shattered lenses. For 48 hours, the Foundation fought a losing war against curiosity itself. Chapter 5: The Insurgency's Victory. Deep beneath the factory ruins, Vance watched the numbers climb. 12 million views. 20, 50. Spectre sat beside him, shaking. "We've unleashed an extinction-class anomaly," he whispered. "It's killing everyone who looks at it." "And the Foundation can't stop it," Vance said. "Their lies collapse under truth." "Truth?" Spectre turned to him. "We murdered the world for your message." Vance didn't answer. The bunker lights flickered. A faint vibration rolled through the floor, like distant thunder, but getting closer. "Sir?" Juno called from the hallway. "Motion sensors. Something's outside." Vance's smile faltered for the first time. "That's impossible. We're 600 feet underground." A metallic groan echoed through the air vents. Spectre's screen flashed red. External breach detected. Then came the screaming. Not human, not close. Every light shattered at once. The final audio captured on the Insurgency's network was 3 seconds of static, followed by a voice, unmistakably Vance's, whispering, "It found us." Chapter 6: Operation Shutterfall. The Foundation regrouped. Mobile Task Force Tau 9, codenamed Last Hope, was activated for a global sweep. Their mission was clear: recapture SCP-096 alive if possible, terminate if not, visual contact forbidden, blindfolded visors only, audio cues and LiDAR mapping used for navigation. Captain Rhodes led the first team into the Arctic corridor where the creature's trail vanished. "Keep spacing," he ordered. "If you hear breathing, freeze. If it screams, pray." They advanced through white fog. Wind howled like distant crying. Rhodes could feel the air thicken, the pressure of something enormous, unseen. Then a soldier behind him whispered, "I think it's here." The transmission ended in static. Command heard the rest: gunfire, screaming, tearing metal, and then silence. Only one signal remained: Rhodes's heart monitor, steady, slow. Then a sound like claws scraping glass, and the line went dead. Chapter 7. The Silent Hunt. SCP-096 vanished into the wilderness. Snowstorms swallowed its trail, and even satellites lost it among the white. Foundation Command could only listen. Microphones hidden in the Arctic wind caught fragments of its journey: a distant wail, the echo of footsteps moving faster than sound. Every few hours, another red marker appeared on the map, a cluster of civilian deaths in patterns too precise to be coincidence. Whole villages were found empty. No blood, no noise, just open doors and trails that stopped mid-stride. One researcher compared the path to the shape of a nervous system, SCP-096 tracing every nerve of the internet that had once displayed its face. O5 Command debated termination. Could a nuclear strike destroy a being that never stayed still? Could they even target something they could not look at? For now, all they could do was follow the sound. Chapter 8. Shutterfall reignited. Tau-9 regrouped with what was left of Site-19's tactical core. 50 soldiers at the start. 19 returned. They assembled in a hangar filled with black-draped equipment, non-reflective armor, proximity nets, sonic tranquilizers. The air smelled of oil and fear. Dr. Elias Monroe, the containment specialist, briefed them in a voice that shook. "We have confirmed the entity is following network exposure paths. Each digital copy of its image acts as a beacon. It is drawn to anyone who views it, in person or on screen." A soldier raised his hand. "So even we can't analyze data to predict its movement?" "Correct," Monroe said. "You don't analyze, you listen. You move blind." He switched off the lights. Only the sound of wind remained. "Your ears are your eyes now." That night, the hangar doors opened, releasing trucks into the endless snow. Engines hummed softly as they vanished toward the Siberian horizon. Chapter 9. The Relay Tower. 2 days later, a seismic tremor registered near the Kara Sea. A derelict communications tower had suddenly reactivated, broadcasting pure static on thousands of frequencies. Every feed that tuned in displayed a single warped image, a pale humanoid crouched in the dark, its face flickering through static. Foundation analysts realized the tower's cameras were mirroring the same signal that had once gone viral. Someone, or something, was sending the face back. Tau-9 advanced under total blackout. No light, no reflections, only the whisper of their boots over ice. "Tower visual at 50 meters, reported Captain Rhodes II, the replacement commander. "Sound profile confirms crying. Distance unknown." The crying grew louder, raw, ragged, and impossibly sad. They reached the base of the structure. SCP-096 was kneeling before a bank of cracked monitors, its elongated hands pressed to the glass, watching its own reflection scream. Rhodes exhaled. "God help us all." The containment net launched with a thunderous snap. The creature howled, shattering the sky. Wind exploded outward like a bomb, snow lifting in waves that blinded everything. radios filled with static, then silence. When visual contact was finally restored, SCP-096 lay motionless, tangled in titanium mesh, heart rate dropping, tranquilizers effective, containment successful. But as the extraction team moved closer, one soldier stumbled against a monitor still looping the image. He gasped, just one breath, and the creature's body twitched. Monroe screamed through the comms, "Shut it down! Cut power!" Darkness consumed the tower. The soldier's mic recorded one sharp inhale and nothing more. They sealed the creature in a steel pod and airlifted it beneath blackout tarp. The storm buried every trace behind them. Chapter 10. The Aftermath. Back at Site 19, containment logs filled with contradictions. Some footage showed SCP-096 tranquilized and calm. Other logs, recorded by analog cameras with no digital interface, displayed nothing but distortion. Monroe documented everything by hand, too afraid to type it into the Foundation's database. He noted that the creature's behavior had changed. It no longer sobbed constantly. It sat in silence, motionless, its head tilted toward the wall, as though listening to something far away. Psychological analysts proposed the echo theory, that SCP-096 could still unseen viewers through digital residue, bits of its face surviving in caches, data mirrors, forgotten backups. The O5 Council authorized Project Purge, a global cyber cleansing operation. Data centers burned. Entire regions of the internet vanished overnight. Governments blamed hackers. News outlets called it the Great Digital Collapse. But in quiet corners of the Foundation, agents whispered about ghost frames, still images that resurfaced in random code, sometimes just pixels, sometimes an eye. Chapter 11. Spectre's Confession. Weeks later, while cataloging the Insurgency's recovered drives, a technician found a corrupted audio file labeled spectrefinal.wave. After decryption, a voice emerged, weak, broken, recorded inside a collapsing bunker. "If anyone hears this, know that we didn't mean to unleash it. We thought we were freeing truth, but truth doesn't want to be seen." It's hunting the data itself now. The image, it's alive in code. Every time you copy it, you feed it. A final breath, followed by one word whispered like prayer: erase. The file deleted itself seconds after playback. The image, Chapter 12, Residual Infection. Dr. Monroe couldn't sleep. Each night the same dream, a screen glowing in the dark, a blurred face inside it calling his name. He stopped using computers, stopped answering reports. Instead, he wrote his findings on paper and sealed them in boxes labeled analog only. One evening, a containment alarm triggered by itself. Camera 12B, inside SCP-096's chamber, flickered on. No one had activated it. The feed displayed static. Then, for half a heartbeat, a human silhouette standing behind the creature, staring into the lens. Monroe deleted the file manually, smashing the drive with a hammer, but even as sparks died, he swore he heard distant crying echo from the walls. He tendered his resignation the next morning. The request was denied. Chapter 13. The final Archive Foundation archivists gathered to seal every remaining record of the incident. Paper copies locked in deep storage. All digital documentation converted to encrypted analog tape. O53 addressed the assembly. "Let this stand as our reminder. Containment is not protection. It is mercy for us." The tapes were lowered into Vault 7 beneath Antarctic ice, a chamber designed to last 1,000 years without power. As the final door sealed, one archivist asked quietly, "What if someone finds it later?" O53 did not answer. He simply turned off the lights and left the vault in darkness. Chapter 14. The return years passed. The world forgot. The internet rebuilt itself. New servers, new content, endless noise. Then, one night, a small YouTube channel appeared. No description, no title. Only one video, uploaded 7 seconds before anyone noticed. The thumbnail showed gray static with a faint white shape in the corner. Viewers who clicked reported nothing but noise. A few claimed they heard sobbing beneath the static. One comment read, "Look closely, there's a face." The account vanished within an hour, but not before the video auto-re-uploaded itself under random usernames across the globe. The Foundation tried to intervene again, but this time, every attempt to delete the files triggered system errors and spontaneous screen distortions. In one control room, a monitor cracked from the inside. Long since isolated, watched from his quarters. He whispered the word Spectre once recorded. Every time you copy it, you feed it. Then he turned off the lights and waited for the sound of footsteps he already knew were coming. Epilogue. The thumbnail that remains today. There is no traceable record of the video called Top 5 Government Secrets They Don't Want You to See. Every link leads to an error. Every cached version dissolves into static. And yet, in a forgotten corner of the web, buried beneath years of dead code, a single thumbnail persists. It is nothing but digital snow until you tilt your screen, squint your eyes, and realize there's something in the blur. A face, gaunt, open-mouthed, watching, unseen by most, for now. If you like this video and want more SCP Thriller content, please like and subscribe. SCP-096 by Dr. Dan from the SCP Wiki. Source hbls/scpwiki.com/SCP-096. Licensed under CC by SA.